This big black box is going to be super cool to open it because it contains one of the dolls that I'm not afraid to say is probably the rarest and hardest to find out there. She is a Modsdoll. Now, Modsdoll, they're made by a South Korean designer called Yian Lee. Yian Lee started designing these in about 2012 with the first doll that was called Number One. Great creative name, I know, but she was super beautiful. They are resin fashion dolls. They have been released between 2012 and 2020 in very limited quantities, so no more than about 30 per edition. And this particular doll, who is Chloris, she is from 2019 and she was a limited edition of 30. These dolls are all handmade. They are the absolute baby of fashion designer Yian Lee, who initially worked with Ficondoll and then decided to create her own line to really fuel that passion. But I discovered these dolls in 2020, around the start of 2020, and I watched the releases come out just kind of waiting for that perfect doll. And I still remember the Amelia release coming out, and I looked at the pictures in advance and I thought, ooh, these dolls they do cost a lot. They've got to be perfect. And Amelia, she just wasn't quite perfect for me. I thought, I'll wait for the next release. You know, these dolls, they come out pretty regularly. And then what happened? No more. Yian Lee, I was a personal reasons, withdrew from the doll making community. I think it was a really sad reasons, and but it's sad for the doll community as well because there haven't been any more mods dolls since, and it's meant that the ones that do exist have become even more expensive and even harder to find. I actually have two now. This is my second, and I feel really lucky because I know that they're super hard to find. And so let's get her open and see what this really hard to find doll is actually like. The Modsdoll box is pretty big. It's about half a meter long, maybe 15 centimeters wide. It's pure black with this little logo. And you know what? I absolutely love it. It just feels like class. And when you're paying a lot for a doll, you want to get it in a box that really makes you feel impressed when you hold it. You can see this little logo here imprinted in shiny silver. And again, it just is classy. The box opens really easily, and inside we can see the black cushions, the black pizzas that come in the middle. So we've got the stand right here, a little envelope. I'm guessing that will be her COA, and that's right. We can see here she is Chloris, and we've got the beautiful photo. I'm so looking forward to her. Look at that face. It is just incredible, but I'll talk about that more when I get her out of her box. One thing I like about the BJD style dolls is that they tend to be really easy to get out of the box. You never have to snip any of those annoying little plastic pieces that hold them in. All right, we've revealed her in her box here. She's fully dressed. And I can see there's a little tray down the bottom that's probably got some of her accessories. One thing I would say at this point, you can't see in the video what I can smell, but I've got that really distinctive resin smell coming out. It's a smell I don't really like. For one thing, I do know that resin is, you know, pretty bad for your health. Hopefully it's fine in this way, but the smell is a bit acrid to me, which is a pity, but I guess that comes with having a resin doll. So here is the accessory box that I've pulled out. I have no idea what's in it, so we're going to open it and find out. So we've got her wig in here, some hands. There are a few different hands, so she's going to, I'm guessing that in the box she's going to just have balls on her arms because that makes it easier to dress this kind of doll and a bit safer for transport. And then we've got these posing hands. These ones I think she can use to look like she's got her hands on her hips. And these ones here are more the standard ones. This is her wig. Not 100% sure about her wig from the photos, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what it looks like on her. You can see it's super intricate. It's got like wavy hair. It's got this fringe style there, and some little plaits in a bun at the back. And then finally, yes, that's the last thing. We've got her shoes. Oh, they are stunning. I can hardly even describe how beautiful they are. So it's like this pink satin with some gold strap features. They're both simple, classy, and well, not simple as well, complex, because they've got those wonderful features, very metallic. They're going to look amazing on her. Super delighted by those shoes. Okay, that was everything in our accessory box. So we're going to go on to the main feature, which is Chloris herself in her box. So I've got her in the cushion here. She's wearing this gown. It looked, when I saw those pictures, I thought the gown's beautiful, but maybe too much. I'm going to find out whether I think it is too much or just enough when I take it out. We've also got the stand piece there. It's a telescoping stand, so it's going to slide in and out. I really like that on this type of doll. It feels very functional, which some of them don't. Like if you've seen my Cyberite video, you would know that their stands are pretty annoying to use. But that one looks really good, and in fact I can set it up right now because I've got the block piece here with the little Modsdoll logo. I'm not that impressed by the stand piece. I guess I wish it had more the the stylized way of writing it, like on the ribbon on the front of the box. This looks more like it just came out of a typewriter. It's okay. That's all I'll say. It's okay. So we'll attach the stand in, pretty firm. Nice and simple. All right, quick and easy. And she comes straight out. She has like a protective covering around her face, and look at that. Wow. The paint on her face, it's all hand done. It is just incredible. If you can see her lips in the video and the little details that have gone into them, I can hardly believe how much work that would do. I could never paint a face like that. Now, when I saw the pictures, I really thought she looked like Jennifer Garner. And as I was a big fan of the Alias TV show, I thought, can hardly pass this doll up. I'm going to see what she looks like in the wig. She still does look a lot like Jennifer Garner to me like this. I don't know what you think. Wow. You could just look at that all day. All right, let's get her out though. We're going to be able to see that even more when she is out of her wrap. I might need scissors for this. So it's just slid off her arms. And now I'm not sure, because obviously I did buy her on the secondary market. I'm not sure. I think she wouldn't have had this plastic wrap if she had been brand new. Not that you can actually buy Modsdoll brand new at the moment. Hopefully that will change, but you can't. Now I'm just going to pause the video and get some scissors so I can cut off this. She's free from all her wrap and sitting on her box, and you can already see how beautifully she poses. A lot of dolls that you buy from the shop, they would not even be able to do this seated pose, no matter how poseable they are. It's almost unique to BJDs to be able to make a really nice seated pose. You can also see how much flexibility she gets from those double joints in her arms, that she can make incredibly realistic poses. But I also want to now get all her little pieces on and see how easy it is to fit her out. So I'll start with the wig. It came with this foam piece inside it to hold it in place. It's what's called a hard cap wig, which means that it's actually shaped around the doll's head, hard, so that it will slide on and fit perfectly. Looking at it like this, you can see the wonderful little details. Look at these little tendril curls that are going to shape her face, and that bun with this gorgeous plaits around it. It should just slip on really easily onto her head and hold its place. There it is. I really like hard cap wigs. They're so cool. If you've never tried one, they're just so much easier to use, and they look so realistic compared with a soft cap wig with elastic. The soft cap wigs, they tend to have to put bangs or a fringe on so that they can sit correctly, but hard cap wig, as you can see here, you can do a really realistic part. They just look amazing. So that's fantastic. I don't know if it's my favorite wig I've ever seen, but it fits her beautifully and, really shapes her face. I think it is very nice. The hands, whenever you have a ball jointed doll, you've got these little metal hooks on the ends of the hands that actually have to attach the elastic in the body. That can be a little bit tricky. If you've never done it before, it can be useful to have a little hemostat clamp to do it. I don't usually bother anymore because I've done it a few times. You pull the elastic out nice and firm, unhook the one which is there, but the trick is you need to keep it really firm, because if you let go, you can actually lose the elastic in her, and then you have to kind of restring her all together. So that's why I say, you might, if you've not done it before, you might want to start by using a tool to hold the elastic in place while you are doing this, because yeah, you don't want to have to start from scratch. All right, well, there's a little, that hook is going to need to be pressed in. I think I might need a clamp. So there's a little error with the hook on her hand. That is a pity, but I'm sure I will be able to fix it, just not right now, because I need to obviously get some pliers to do that. Now, luckily, that's the sort of thing I'm pretty good at, but I'll just put the other hand on her for now. So obviously annoying, but you know, sometimes there are little flaws like that. So we have attached, I have attached both, or two hands for her and her wig, and now I've just got her shoes to go. So it's so beautiful. Every time I look at them, they're so beautiful. Gonna pop them on. I want shoes like this. Okay, so the shape of her foot makes it a tiny bit difficult to get through with the piece of leather across the top, hoping that with a little bit of shuffling here and there. So it's on. I have kind of squashed back the heel doing it that way. I think it's going to adjust and pop out, but it would probably be nice if it was a tad easier to get on. That said, it's a really close fit now, so it is nice. Like, it looks really good on. It's just, yeah, just taking me a little bit of squeezing and adjusting to slide that foot in. All right, so both of them are on. Not as easy as I hoped to get them on, but now that she is wearing them, you can see how at the back I haven't quite managed to get those the heels kind of sitting correctly, but that's okay, and I'll hopefully be able to adjust them in a little bit. Gonna pop her on her stand. She is fully decked out, and see how she looks. She's super easy to get standing on that stand, posing really nice and firmly with no problems. Really happy about that. I do have another Modsdoll, and she's got the newer version of the body, and I don't know, I'm thinking maybe now it's a stringing issue because she's really kicky and hard to stand, whereas Chloris is really perfect, super stable, really easy to get standing. Look at that face. Can you see Jennifer Garner in her? I'm not sure if it's just me, but that is such a beautiful face. Just going to close in on it so you can see. Wow, look at all those details. It's so hard to believe that like the eyes are actually hand painted. Yeah, the detail. And if we have a look at her dress, I might change the dress. Like, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's got all these ridiculous frills, these ribbons. Oh, I had never noticed there's this little charm on the end of the ribbon on each end. Just so many little details. It is beautiful, but I'm not that into like puffy, prom style gowns. It's probably the one thing that, yeah, I don't know, it's just not me. It's okay, like, it's cool, it's really cool, but it's just not me. But if you have a look at the back, again, the detail is pretty incredible. We've got some additional layers, this seam drawing all the tulle together. We've got multiple colors of tulle. Like, it is super cool, but it's maybe just a little bit too much. So I might just have a look and see what else I can put on her that I think looks even better. Undressing her has given me a chance to have a look at her body, and look, it's another place I am really impressed. Everything about this doll just feels premium, and you'd want it to for the price they cost, but it really does. She lives up to what I was expecting. I can see the influence of Ficondoll on her. She's probably the closest to a Ficondoll of any of the other brands that I have seen. She's very slim, super realistic, so apologies if you don't like seeing the realistic figure of the doll. But she's very slim, but also at the same time very realistic. You can see the incredibly smooth lines of her body. The double joints look beautiful when they are straight like this. They really look like real, kneecaps and elbows, and they also allow for that really beautiful and realistic posing. Everything about her just feels really solid, really high quality, and yeah, as I say, although she is expensive, you feel it when you touch her, you see it when you look at her. Everything about her just screams wow. High quality, high end. I can't describe it. Even just touching her, the feel is so smooth. And she's got all the shading, everything is hand done. So yes, she's an expensive doll, but nothing about her feels like that money has been wasted. It's, you can see where it went. I'm gonna give her a dress soon. As I undressed her, I was impressed to see that her clothing is not just a dress, it's a two-piece. And although, that doesn't make me love it more, it does make it a little bit more usable because I can mix and match with some other items. I'm gonna try some other things I have on her. This is the only other original Modsdoll dress I've got, so obviously it is a perfect fit on her. And honestly, I do really like it. It's very elegant, very stylish, but at the same time, I feel like maybe she needs something a little bit more feminine. I've also tried on a different wig, but I have found that her head is definitely a little bit smaller than many of the other dolls. Not quite as small as Ficon, but nonetheless a bit too small for most of the wigs I have. This one also is a tad too big, but I thought the two-tone colour look went well with the dress. I'm going to try another one on her with the next outfit. This is one of my absolute favorite dresses for slim fashion BJDs. It is made by exclusively R&D. It's really extensively hand beaded and just stunning. Fits this doll like a glove. I love it on her. Still not sure if the color is absolutely her, but it looks fabulous. Also tried her with this kind of avant-garde style wig. I think the color is gorgeous, but maybe not, maybe a little bit too risque for her face. Maybe she needs something a little bit more classic. This wig is made by Patter Art, and the dress is a Ficondoll dress. I think this is a great combo. It really brings out her femininity, the soft pink of the dress and the blonde of the wig. The wig is a tad too large. Like I said, I found her head is most definitely a bit smaller than most, and this one I think is in Kingdom Doll size, but nonetheless, I think it's beautiful. She really looks wonderful in these subtle dusty rose colours. Finally, I've dressed Chloris in this wig by Yian. I think it's absolutely adorable, even though it is a tiny bit too big for her. I just love that 60s style. Her dress is another one from exclusively R&D, and like the other, it really fits her like a glove. It is really beautiful. I chose it because with this color, it's both feminine and elegant, and I do think it is stunning on her. And you can see that it really brings out that slim form and just makes her look stunning. Really can't use any other words to describe this doll. Really is stunning. I've already introduced you before to my Ficondoll Clara. I thought I'd show these two together as they do have a lot of similarities. And to be honest, again, I guess I'm not really sure who I think I like more, but I guess as a full package, I do love Clara and her wonderful outfit. Whereas Chloris, I felt immediately like I wanted to change her, to try her in other clothes. Not that she isn't, fantastic, but I just didn't feel that as a package, she was quite perfect. I also thought just a really quickly, another similar doll who it's good to do a comparison with is Kingdom Doll. Really sought after resin fashion dolls in that area. Very similar price range and also extremely hard to get hold of. And if you have a look at them, there's just some sort of perfection in the Kingdom Doll face. I'm not sure what it is about them, but they've really just hit the nail on the head with how they do the makeup and the styling. That I'm not sure that Chloris quite makes it. They're different. They're very, very different. And I guess it's the aesthetic that you're going for. That said, I really love Kingdom Doll, but I would say that her body again is just a tad more difficult, a tad less, sort of straightforward to pose. She wants to fall over a little bit more, whereas Chloris is very stable. All in all, look, it's impossible ever to, I think, say that a Resin BJD is worth it or not. That's got to come down to you, how much you want one, how perfect that doll is for you, because the price, we can't even begin to compare them with some other dolls out there. It's not about whether they're worth it or not, because they are a piece of art. It's about whether you really, really love that doll. I do really love Chloris. Whether I keep her forever or not, I'm not decided on yet. I don't quite love her that much, so we will see. But I do think that she is an incredible piece of art. I just cannot stop looking at her face. And I really think that Modsdoll is one who is worth exploring if you love resin fashion dolls. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like. Thank you.